This is the image most of us associate with success: a life of sun-drenched streets, towering skyscrapers, and absolute excess. In this version of the dream, you pull up to a Prada storefront in a supercar and order $500 steaks without checking your account balance. But for the vast majority, this lifestyle is a facade. Behind the glossy photos are maxed-out credit cards and a mountain of consumer debt that takes months of high-stress work to service. The statistics tell a much grimmer story. 37% of Americans cannot cover a surprise $400 expense. 60% of households cannot afford to buy a new car. Flexing on social media is the fastest way to stay broke. Building actual, durable wealth requires a different blueprint entirely. Most people choose path A. You take a safe, respectable job that pays well immediately. Your parents are proud, your friends think you've made it, and the immediate cash flow feels like a victory. Path A has a mathematical ceiling. Trading finite hours for a fixed wage means your income rises quickly, then hits a hard plateau. Path B is different. You take a lower-paying role to learn. You struggle initially, but eventually your earning potential curves upward exponentially. Trading your time for a high early wage guarantees a financial limit. Path B focuses on the variables that actually scale: skills and ownership. This starts with a sacrifice. You have to be willing to take a difficult, lower-paying role, like a carpentry apprenticeship, because the real-world skills you gain are the foundation of everything that follows. You are building a mental Swiss Army knife of high-demand abilities. In the modern economy, that means mastering online-based skills, like copywriting, video editing, or coding. To master them, you have to kill your ego. Think of your current knowledge as the tiny fraction of an iceberg above the water. The massive structure hidden beneath represents everything you don't yet understand. Because that submerged portion is so vast and unfamiliar, you will be bombarded with conflicting advice from every direction. To avoid cognitive overload, you have to tune out the general noise and listen exclusively to experts who have already navigated these waters. Your bank account isn't your greatest asset. This highly curated, specialized skill set is. But skills alone are just the engine. To truly scale, you need to own a piece of the machine. This is equity, owning a percentage of a profit-generating entity so you can capture the full value of the work you do. You gain this by starting your own business, earning sweat equity as a high-value employee, or by taking your earnings and investing them in assets like stocks and real estate instead of designer clothes. No one hands out ownership for free. You have to become the person who is worthy of equity by solving problems that no one else can. Even then, you cannot build an empire alone. If you insist on doing everything yourself, you become your own bottleneck. You need leverage. Take the group that launched PayPal. They were a network of talented individuals who realized that by leveraging each other's skills and capital, they could create a massive equity web. After selling PayPal, they used that network to launch a series of massive companies, including YouTube, LinkedIn, and SpaceX. Extreme wealth is the result of converting high-income skills into equity and then multiplying that ownership through the talent of others. The biggest obstacle to this journey isn't the economy, it's your own psychology. When you face a setback, it is a natural human reflex to look for someone else to blame. You have to choose which tool to use. You can pick up the magnifying glass and focus on the faults of the government or your boss, or you can pick up the mirror and look at your own actions. Small excuses grow into habits. If you spend your time finding reasons why the system is rigged, you will never have the energy to build a system of your own. Radical accountability is the price of admission for Path B. Staying static is the ultimate wealth killer. Your comfort zone is a safe, familiar circle, but without gaps or absurds, it quickly becomes a self-imposed prison. Growth requires stepping into the unfamiliar, whether that's starting a side hustle or traveling across the world to find a manufacturer for your own brand of products. The space outside your current circle is infinite. There is no limit to the wealth you can build, but it will never be handed to you. You have to go out and claim it. True wealth is the result of a life spent expanding your boundaries, refining your skills, and turning your labor into